Hi hoopers and internet friends, it's Anna here, and I just wanted to share a couple of things I wish I knew before I got started on my hooping journey, and hopefully some of these tips help you out, so let's just get right into it. Just for a little background information, so I started hooping almost 3 years ago. It was the winter in Montana, just like super depressing, can't really go outside and do anything. I didn't really do any winter sports anymore, and I found myself watching a lot of hoop videos. And I had just recently, that past summer, went to my first festival, and I saw so many hoopers there, and it was just like so inspiring. I was like, that is so cool, that looks so fun. Could I do that? I could never do that. Didn't really know, so I just got deep into watching hoop videos, and I became obsessed and literally just went to Target, bought a kid's hoop. Don't be like me. That's how I started, but this is why I'm trying to give some tips so that you don't do that. So the first thing is definitely picking the right hoop material and size hoop for you. When I first started watching all of these hooping videos and started researching what kind of material I was looking into or what size hoop to buy, everyone was like polypro this or HDPE that, and the reality is it is all plastic. So that's something you have to think about if you want to be an eco-conscious consumer in this lifetime. Before you buy 100 polypro hoops, just know that polypro is short for polypropylene, which is plastic, and HDPE is just short for high density polyethylene, which is also just a thicker plastic. And these things, if they end up in landfills, do not disintegrate in 2 years, thousands of years it takes. That's a whole nother can of worms we don't have to open, but it's just something to think about and be mindful of when you are making a purchase on a hoop. My very first hoop that I purchased was a 36-inch Polypro hot pink, this big baddie. And just to give some reference, so I picked 36-inch because I'm a tall girl, I'm 5'9", and so everything I read was like the taller you are, or like the bigger your body shape, you should just like get a bigger hoop, it'll be easier. I think 36 inches for me as a 5'9" girl with my body stature was perfect. I didn't get it sanded. That's also something I didn't know about. You can put grip tape on the inside, which definitely helps with on-body hooping, and you can get the inside sanded, which also helps with friction and movement on your body when you are hooping. When you are shopping online and picking the right size and right material that you're interested in, basically you're gonna have to wait for that shipment, but when your hoop gets to you, you're also gonna have to wait for that hoop to unwind, because most companies ship the hoop not connected, because it can break the hoop in shipment. So once a hoop arrives to your house, it's gonna be coiled up but not connected, and you're gonna let the hoop breathe. Otherwise, it's not gonna become that nice circle shape that you want. When you get a hoop in the mail, you can't hoop with it right away, and it's super like aggravating. You're just like so excited and can't wait to see it, and they're so beautiful and pretty when they come, and it gives you so much excitement, but you have to wait up to 24 hours before you can actually connect your hoop and start going for it. The next tip I want to share is once you get into hooping, get into a rhythm, you're going to notice that you probably hoop clockwise or counterclockwise, and that's going to be your dominant way that you do hula hoop. Your dominant side is going to be extra powerful, so I really want to reiterate that it is important to always test and challenge yourself by going to the opposite direction. If you ever end up working with twins or double hoops, it's gonna blow your mind the ease of learning it. When I finally tried to pick up 2 hoops at one time, that's when I realized, whoa, I gotta strengthen my left side and going counterclockwise, because my dominant direction is spinning clockwise. It's gonna definitely balance out your body physically and mentally a little bit, to learn on both sides. It's extremely challenging, but just do it. The benefits outweigh not doing it. I remember the first time I hooped counterclockwise for a minute, I was like, okay, I can do this. But it was fucking hard. Okay. The next tip I want to share is that when you're intrigued by hooping and want to get into it but don't have a hoop, you can definitely look around for nearby classes. I know right now during this COVID-19, there's not a lot of live classes going on right now. Flow arts in general, I think there's a super huge community out there all over the place. Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, if it's not banned right now. I don't know. Gosh, there's Facebook groups for hoopers, there's online courses, there's just so many resources and free resources if you have internet, of course, that adds so much value to the flow arts community and that you can learn. You can learn poi, fans, spinning, staffs, you can get into fire spinning, fire hooping. Yeah, just take advantage of those online resources. They are everywhere. You just kind of have to dig a little bit. And if you need any advice or want to know where to get started, I'll link some stuff below that I think is super great for new flow artists. I mean, the flow arts community is huge, and I did not know how vast it was when I was getting into it. And there's just so much content and material to absorb, and definitely take advantage of that. Another great tip is to record yourself during flow. It's hard because when you start, at least for me, I just have like stage fright in front of anything, public speaking, and even in front of a camera, I get really nervous. But recording yourself can definitely help you look back and see your progress. When you do begin hooping, you're going to see improvement every day that you continue to hoop, and it's incredibly validating and feels so good, and you feel so accomplished. But the reality is you're gonna feel upset sometimes, you're gonna feel defeated, you're gonna get into hoop ruts, which is kind of similar to feeling like a writer's block or an artist block, and it sucks. It's just something that comes along with getting into the rhythm of something, and sometimes it just happens and you can't avoid it. And I think it's really important though to record yourself if you feel comfortable enough, because you'll be able to look back, and 3 years ago, some of the footage I look at, I'm like, that is so cute. Like, I'm so proud of myself that I started something new and wasn't afraid to do so. The only regret I have about hooping is not starting sooner. Another thing I want to say is don't put too much pressure on yourself to film yourself. I think it's really important to grow authentically with your flow as you learn new moves, new tricks, new mindsets. Literally every time you pick up the hoop, it's going to be different. You can get so much satisfaction out of a little hoop sesh. Sometimes it's almost meditative. It's definitely meditative, actually. It's really similar to if you like yoga or dancing. I feel like you just get into this incredibly relaxing mindset. And it feels really good, and just be kind to yourself. Amazing flow doesn't come in a day. I just wanted to throw out a couple of tips because I feel like hooping is so complex but so freeing and so fun, and if you're afraid to start something new or wanting to learn, I think the best thing you can do for yourself is just get a hoop and start. When I think about that, a master of something doesn't become a master at that without starting. Everyone has a day one. And thinking back, I really do wish I bought a hoop sooner, and I really wish I didn't get the kids hoop from Target, because that was a piece of shit, to be quite honest with you. And just do some research on your hoops. I'll put some links down below for some local shops that I think you should support that I've bought hoops from. I do only own 5 hoops right now and 1 LED hoop. And I'm really happy with my little collection, and my plan is to eventually donate these or give these hoops away if I do ever upgrade or buy different ones. Anyways, I hope some of those tips made sense. This video is kind of all over the place. Hard to keep one train of thought. I could talk about hooping all day because I have become quite obsessed, but I think it's really great physically, mentally, emotionally. All the benefits of starting hooping or picking up a hoop outweighs not ever doing it. And so I hope this video helped maybe answer some questions for you. And thank you so much for watching. Happy hooping, and yeah, bye.